Hi everyone, today we are discussing writing the equation of a line given 2 points. Remember, the equation we are working with is y equals mx plus b, which is our slope-intercept form. Okay, so let's get to it. Here is our example. Write the equation of the line that passes through the points 5, 1 and negative 3, 2. Now notice they did not give us a slope m, so we need to go find that slope. Okay, so we are going to find the slope. I did it vertically, or remember you could actually use the slope formula, okay, which was y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So whether you do the formula this way or you do it vertically. Okay, so once again, the vertical way is I put the points down, I then subtract. So 1 minus 2 is negative 1. 5 minus negative 3 means 5 plus 3, which is 8. And then we're doing rise over run here. Okay, remember this is rise over run, y over x, negative 1/8. Okay, you'll get the same answer if you plug it into the slope formula. Okay, so now that we have our slope, we need to go find this y-intercept. Now with the y-intercept, we know from y equals mx plus b that we need an x and a y. It does not matter. You just choose one point. Okay, I chose the first point. You could have chose the second point. It doesn't matter. Okay, but you pick one of these 2 points. Okay, now we're going to plug in. So our y that I chose was 1, so I plugged my 1 in. M was negative 1/8 down here, so we plugged in negative 1/8. Our x value I chose was the 5, so there's the 5 plus b. Okay, when I try to multiply negative 1/8 times 5, what's going to happen is I end up with a fraction. Okay, and that is fine. So I could have said that this value here is negative 5/8. Okay, and that's fine. If you wanted to take it to a decimal, since it's not a nice fraction or whole number, that would be okay fine too at this point. Okay, so 0.625, negative 0.625. And then I add that to both sides, so I have 1.625. And so this is my y-intercept or b value. And then to get my equation, I just plug back in the slope and the y-intercept. So y equals negative 1/8 x plus 1.625. All right, now if I had wanted to do this and I wanted to keep the fractions, okay, so we would have had 1 is equal to a negative 5/8 plus b here. Then I would have added 5/8 to both sides. Okay, that would make this b. Okay, 1 is 8/8, so 8 plus 5 is 13. So this would have been 13/8. So y equals negative 1/8 x plus 13/8. Okay, so you can leave it in the decimals like this for the b value if it's giving you a problem, or you can actually go in and give me the fraction form. Okay, all right, so let's go try a couple more. All right, so here we're going to do 2 additional problems and see how these go. Write the equation of the line passing through the points negative 1, 1 and 2, 5. Okay, so first we have to do that slope. All right, I'm going to do a vertical slope here. Negative 1, 1, 2, 5, and I'm subtracting. So negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. 1 minus 5 is -4. So rise over run, -4th over -3, which is a positive 4/3. Okay, negative over negative is positive. You want to make sure you get that positive. All right, now we got to go find B. I'm just going to pick one of these points. I honestly don't care. So I know I'm going to have to multiply the slope times something. I'd rather multiply it, let's see, times one of these x's, maybe the 1. So I'm going to pick this point for my x and my y. So y equals mx plus b. My y value is 1. My slope is 4/3. My x value up here is -1 plus b. So 1 is equal to a -4/3. At this point, I'm just going to keep it as a fraction. When I add 4/3 to each side, okay, 3/3 plus 4/3 is 7/3. So y is equal to 4/3 x, which was my slope, okay, plus 7/3. Okay, if you told me that this was 2.33, that's okay. All right, one more. Here we have the same thing, except we're going through the points -5, -3, and 4, -8. So once again, we're going to find the slope. So we're going to subtract these points. -5 minus 4 is -9. -3 minus the -8, so that means we're adding 8. So this is +5. So once again, rise over run, 5 over -9. We now need to do y equals mx plus b. Okay, I'm going to choose. Okay, so I know this has to be multiplied by the x value, and it's really not going to make a difference which one I use. I'm going to just choose the second point this time because I've chosen the first one all the other times. Okay, so my y is -8 is equal to my slope, -5/9 times x, which is 4, plus b. Now, I'm going to multiply it through, so that's -20 over 9. But this is getting really ugly. So when I add this fraction this time, I'm just going to take it to a decimal instead of trying to have some kind of glorious fraction out here. Okay, so in the calculator, we're going to put in exactly as you see. So we are typing in -8 plus, and make sure you get your parentheses in here, 20 divided by 9. And you should get something around -5.7 or -5.8. Okay. All right, so to write the final equation, y equals my slope up there, -5/9 x, and then I have to put b, -5.7. Keep in mind, I'm not going to put a plus -5.7, just the -5.7. Okay, that concludes this section.